Well, I think your analysis was very straight line. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing frogs.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Akash Persaud, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD. I got that.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but an
detective.
erratic
Mickey
detective
Rodriguez.
is Mickey Rodriguez.
Why you not freaking supping in John? Why a man and sup a woman? No, girl, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Kingdom, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that.
Hi, good evening. This is the Freddie Kissoon Show. As you know, the Freddie Kissoon Show has probably become the #1 nighttime show. We go 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. What started out as the Gildari Freddie Kissoon Show has morphed into something really amazing. And we thank you, the viewers, for joining us, because without you, none of this would be possible. It is your views and your contribution to this show that makes it what it is. This evening in the studio, as usual, and I'm the co-host of the show. And when I was called to be when Mr. Kissoon asked me to be the co-host of the show, I felt honored and I felt obligated to do this. And joining us in studio this evening is Mr. The inimitable Freddie Kissoon, and to the far right, and next to us, a politician par excellence, Dharam Kumar Siraj, whom I see great things for in the future. And I welcome you both gentlemen to the show tonight. This evening, I would like to start this evening's show on something positive. Now, when I say positive, it is nestled between some of the things that we consider negative. And people say, oh, yeah, I'll only show negative things on this show. But I want to start something tonight. And operator, if you can bring this image up here. This young man, about 10 years old, I passed him a couple of days ago. He was at Cemetery Road with a wheelbarrow. Now, Cemetery Road, as you know, is been going on forever. The people that voted at the last election, the people that voted at the election party, they run away the people, the contractors too. So
Half man.
the half men, yes. So this young man, 10 years old or less, look at him with a wheelbarrow and fill in the holes, him alone. If we want to know what the future of this country looks like, this is the future of this country. This young men like this, who put themselves out there in all, with whatever he could afford. I don't know how he even got a wheelbarrow. Perhaps people are going to give him a little raise. Look, the police there, the police pass, he's straight and they're gone. And we were able to just get a photograph. But when I saw this, my heart bled. The boys in the car with me didn't know, but I had tears in my eyes to see that such a little youth, amongst all this controversy of the Cemetery Road, and I drive there on a daily basis, and that road is a disaster, and it's really bothersome. This happens, I come in, I fall in a hole right on Cemetery Road. But here's a young man without any resources whatsoever, but somebody give him a wheelbarrow, 10 years old, and look at what he's doing. He's filling up. This is another shot of him that we got as we were driving off. Let me show you this. Look, 10-year-old doing this. Mrs. Siraj, welcome to the show tonight, Mr. Kissoon. It's sites like this that gives us hope in the future that the youths of tomorrow can take on the responsibilities. But I believe that it's us, the adults of this country, should set the example for these youngsters who is clearly demonstrating that he wants to do something for his community and by extension for his country. Freddie Kissoon, this is the area that you grew up in. This is your neck of your neck of the woods. Mr. What's your thoughts on this, Mr. Siraj?
I think the contract should be given to the young man because he's clearly demonstrating that he's better than the contractor. This contract has been going on, as you said, like forever. I normally drive through Cemetery Road, and it's a torture, and it has been torturous for a long time now. And there definitely needs to be better contract management. If the contract was executed the way it should have been, if the project was managed in the way it should have been, there would have been no need for that young man to go out there with a wheelbarrow filling up holes to make life comfortable for motorists going through. So on one side, that's a positive. A young man seeing opportunity, he's getting something done. No doubt he's probably looking for a little...
Yeah, of course. Why not?
That. But the fact of the matter is that if we do things properly, then there would not have been need for that. This is not a street that was abandoned. It is a thoroughway, a major one at that is being
upgraded,
constructed here.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. By a contractor. And, for me, I think it's unpardonable that the project is in the state that it is currently. But kudos to the young man for trying to make life very happy for
Mr. Kissoon, good night, and what's your thoughts on that's your area there? You know, we always tell me you grew up in Wortmanville Lodge area. I know those places are dear to you. To see something like this, though, I know, as a little child growing up in that area, it probably registers with you differently, yeah?
See, Raj put it over correctly, yeah? Maybe you should give the man, encourage the youth and let him get about 10 of them together.
And Billy will I'm sure in 3 weeks, no?
Yeah.
Jumping or clearly jumping running he?
Yeah, no, it's sometimes cases like these that contractors make a ministry look bad, makes a government look bad. Because if the resources are made available, if the government in its judgment decide on a project that will bring about relief and make life easier for our citizens, and then a contractor is at the end of this project, a contractor is preventing you from achieving the objective of making life better for our citizens, then the contractor ought to be dealt with by the employer. And, we can't be making resources available and still be taking blame for the discomfort of our citizens just because a contractor is not delivering on what he should have been delivering on.
Yeah, and I tell you something. I mean, I drive in the street over and over and over and over. And the works there is very, very slow. It's dead stop most of the time. It's that even this little boy was doing that thing there. I don't think there was anybody working there. I drive there just now. You know, the next corner, Freddie, that you talked about, what's that street name? Not the one that you go, that just after
you got Haley, you got Hardina.
Hardina, I think it's Hardina. Haley Street is flooded right now. I just drove there. It's flooded. Water is it? I have the video. I videoed it just now. It's flooded because it can now, man. But if anybody knows who that little boy is, please make contact with me. I would like to meet him. I would like to have a chat with him. I would like to even do an interview with him so that next week on the Freddie Kissoon show, we will show that young man who will be whom we will be rooting for the next contractor bill to continue the road or finish off the road.
Well, you have some of these guys will come out too, and then some smart ones will come with 2 pieces of concrete and a hammer and beat it in the pothole. And then as soon as you pass, they recycle the bricks again.
Right.
So it's one set of bricks they're recycling.
I know those people.
But this young man here,
he looked like the genuine stuff.
He was really updated. Now, gentlemen, 2 months ago, on May 22nd of May 22nd of this year, I filmed a man cleaning the gutter, the trench, the canal by Church Street and New Garden Street. we showed the video. I met the man. I even hugged him. Ali had mud on his skin and so on. And I said, brother, what you're doing here is such an excellent job. So I want to show this clip of this man doing this work 2 months ago. Here's the man, right? Look, he alone cleaning this. You see, throwing the garbage up there. He already cleaned over here, and he put the garbage up here. This was May 22nd, because I know when I go and film things on the road what time it is. Mr. Siraj, this is 2 months ago. Do you know the garbage this man take out to the street, take out with look, we using his hand sometimes, and using a hoe or whatever, a rake. It's still on the corner there. Nobody has removed it. No one has removed it. I went this morning and filmed it. So it's not like it's a couple of days ago I'm telling you about. This morning, I went and I filmed that this man took his time and took out all of this garbage here. And here, look at this now. Look, it's there.
That's this morning.
That's this morning.
It's a sad state of
and
affairs.
look, more garbage built up and he got to for the trench now for
And
him
I'm
to
certain
clean.
that this evening, before the evening is out, that young lady is going to call us from La Penitence and said that I have 3 drums outside here because I saw it a few days ago that the garbage has not been moved as yet. So this,
but it was moved. They probably built it back. It was moved because she sent me a video. She sent me a photograph when the truck was in there. The last Friday when we spoke.
Well, that's some progress.
Right. So, but look at this. 2 months ago, I did the video. And it's still there. No one has moved it. Now there's a fancy restaurant right on the corner, you know.
Amici, the place that
something like that.
I think that's AMICHI or AMICI.
Yeah.
But if it's Italian,
yes,
you have to say she. You have to put
Amici.
That's the place that sells steak for $72,000.
$72,000, but here what happened?
I would know about that. I would know about
it.
that.
It will take $5,000 just to clear this thing up. $5,000 to pay somebody to move this thing out from here. And that garbage is still there that this man did.
I was shocked I was shocked when somebody told me they saw Siraj coming out today. He went and he did 72.
Oh, and see what you don't see the garbage there, man?
Now, Freddie saw somebody like me.
Viewers, look.
72. Siraj, anytime you go and buy a steak for $72,000, please give me $70,000.
I thought you want a steak. I thought you want some.
No, I want the money.
Viewers, look. This show is about. We really thank you, the people locally here and there, and those in diaspora. We value your contribution. We value your viewership. We value you because you make the show what it is. And it is nights like this here on Friday nights when we give you the opportunity to be part of the show. There is so much development happening in this country, but the little things that is an eyesore, or the little things that are left unkept.
The little things that are an eyesore.
Yes. These are the things.
Well, little things add up, So
yes.
As a politician, I know that. And I know little things add up.
And look, one of Guyana's most premier restaurants has garbage in front there, right? There is one restaurant that I would say is even more premier than that, has been around since 1979, Haq's Halal. I was called by the owner of Haq's Halal yesterday morning, said, Akash, please come and see what is going on. What I'm about to show you and the public out there what's happening in front of Haq's Halal restaurant.
This is downtown.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's unimaginable.
We all at there one time.
It's unimaginable. Have a look at this. This is in front of Haq's Halal restaurant. Look. Look. I went there last week to clean this up, to take a picture, and it was clean because the guy said like they cleaned it this week. But when by the next week, this is it, and this was Thursday. Imagine what it's like today.
Well, there's a lot of commercial activities there. So this city, you need to be cleaning garbage every day. Every night the trucks need to be going around there and picking up stuff.
But Mrs. Siraj,
and adequate receptacles need to be placed in strategic places. And you see this kind of plastic and styrofoam and all.
There's not no little garbage dump.
No, there's not no garbage dump.
This looks like Haq's Bush. This is
there's a mini Haq's Bush. Look, Haq's Halal. Look, Haq's Halal. And you know what is on the other side?
The deeds register.
The deeds register, commercial deeds register. You want the biggest building? Look at that right there. The lady said, "Why you now come?" I said, "So what are you people doing about it?" And nobody's doing anything about this. Look, the man that sells at Haq's Halal, he said, "Imagine the scent emanating from this permeates into his restaurant. How can people sit and eat and having stench?"
I don't know. I mean, the city council could easily put 2 or 3 receptacles there out of adequate size, and then move them when they ought to. But this is unacceptable.
This is not an assigned dump site. But what the citizens...
It looks like one.
What the citizens have done, they've assigned
That's
that.
the new dump site.
They've assigned that to
That's
dump
the
site.
new dump site.
Right, and if you look, man, you could anything rude by...
What do you call it? What name you giving it, Siraj?
They say?
Hagsbash too?
No, can't be hard. But, what's the name for that area?
Chateau's land. Chateau's land, right?
What's the name of that canal?
This is Commerce Street. This is Commerce Street. This is Commerce Street, and it's...
And the cross street is Commerce and...
America. Longden and America there, yeah? Right. So,
this garbage situation is unacceptable.
But see, Mr. Siraj, I'm telling you, the citizens of this country and those, especially in the environs where this is happening, has a lot. They need to take some of the blame.
Yeah, but
they need to take some of the blame because while the city council would have cleaned that place, you could try your best to dispose of the garbage better, man.
Correct. You see a lot of things, those boxes of beverages and then these water bottles and so on. I mean, you're walking down the street, your bottle is empty, keep it with you until you arrive at the proper disposal point, either a garbage bin or dump place or something like that. And I mean, citizens don't care anything, and it's the same culture you see permeating in the transportation sector.
Yeah.
You drive long enough behind any minibus, someone dumps something out of it.
KFC box come flying with a big bone.
A water bottle, a beer bottle, a soda can, something.
But the thing about it is, they do not do this. They do not do these things when they're outside.
Yeah.
Look, we at Laluni and Irving. The studios at Laluni at Irving. And if you
we are going to open for calls just now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some more videos.
Right.
If you just go up the road, there's a school. And Siraj, everybody that come to pick up their kids, they stop outside of the school.
Right.
Nobody don't want to park a little bit, couple yards, and
the walking will do them good. But
just up the road there's a school.
Yes.
You check any school, Siraj, any school in this country. Parents stop outside the school, and there's a huge build-up of traffic.
Yes, that happens.
Nobody, look at Queen's College there. Nobody wants to drive up a little bit and then walk and bring the kid out.
Stop in the middle of the road.
Now, the situation is worse on East Bank. There is a school just
by bypass. By the bypass,
right.
yes.
So there's one line of cars parked, then there's another line parked, and the third line people don't stop.
I go there, I travel there every day, so
so in the afternoon you want to know if the bridge break down.
There is May School. May has a primary school in Middleton Street.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody just drives up there to collect the...
That's a bottleneck.
And you need to be very drastic with these people.
Nobody cares, like I told you.
And you could easily park around the corner and pick up the kid.
You know what is irresponsible? What is being irresponsible? Let me show you what is being irresponsible. Government build nice roads and everything like that, right? Look, this man driving the excavator. Look, we driving it on the road. On the road between cars and say, stop and let me pass. Block up the road. Look. There is nothing on the look.
And they harass the ordinary rice farmers
with a
combine that is only probably a combine harvester will weigh about 7 or 8 tons. This excavator is over 24 tons already. And the rice farmers, they walk with 2 lengths of 1x4 board. So they put it on the road and the harvester walk on it,
and they pick up
another one and put it there as they go along. So one track is off the road just to save the asphalted surface. And then the track itself of the combine is flat, so it does not gouge into the asphalted surface. But look at this. This is definitely,
Harbour John from Bobby sent us some.
Yes, this is the video here.
Let's just show Harbour John.
Viewers, this is heartbreaking. Mr. Gobin Harbajan in Berbice, he's quite an animal activist. He looks out for animals and so on. And this is what one of the police stations, they had 3 calves tied there. We showed on the same program when Mr. Harbajan had sent in some videos of some cows tied in that place. Mr. Siraj, they're starving. Son, there's really big hot sunny sun. That El Nino. And these look at this now. They had 3 calves tied there. Look, one of them died. One of them died.
If you have a dispute,
look at the condition. 2 more still there. Them 2 waiting for dead.
Well, I'm certain the position has been the suffering has been greatly alleviated because I personally, Harbajan sent that thing to me. I personally got involved with it. I spoke to the Minister of Home Affairs and I spoke to the Attorney General and said, this is unacceptable. You see the color on the column there? That's police color. That's a police building.
That's right.
And this is at number 51.
51.
but you can, but
At number 151. At number 51, yes.
You taking a call?
Apparently, there. I don't know. When we
You
open,
cannot have a dispute with animals, and you tie the animals up with the
Look at this calf body. Oh man. Oh, what kind of heartless.
this is extreme cruelty.
No, I'm telling you
Extreme
this.
cruelty.
Something is wrong with this country.
yeah.
We showed that, and the magistrate would not budge and bring him. We need to sing and bring up the case. We showed it and asked all she wanted her to do was bring up the case forward so there could be a resolution. That woman refused to talk to me, and she's still a magistrate.
This is cruelty to a dumb animal.
Listen, that's a criminal offense. Cruelty to animals.
They should charge the police.
These 2 attitudes that lie down, just tie there and they're watching.
But the thing about it is police are busy people. Where they gonna have time to feed the cows?
Exactly.
Once we're talking there may be phone calls to the police about different things. I mean, the police should not allow, as a matter of policy, for the animals to be tied there.
They obviously, this is heart-wrenching. It's an unacceptable situation. You can tie any animal, whether it's a dog or a sheep or a goat, and in this case, unfortunately,
we had one of the leading veterinary surgeon on this program. I think it was a year ago. Do you know, Siraj, when I was small, when you were small, the vehicles on this road, you could count vehicles on the road.
Right.
At Rob and Orange Walk was where the prevention of cruelty to animal building. You could walk in that place. Now look at the traffic at that place. For you to carry an animal there, you have to park 5 corners. And
correct.
Dr. Bastio appealed to the government. I spoke to the housing minister to move that animal clinic from there.
Yeah, it gotta be in a more friendly place.
Why? Let's take the calls, man.
Yeah, so good evening, so viewers, our lines will be open and you can start coming in with your calls.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
I keep calling, but 20 times now I get through.
Well, we now open up the lines because, as per program procedure, we just have some opening comments, some videos, and then we open the line. But thank you very much for your perseverance.
Yeah, well, listen to me, sir. People talking, I see got this Starbuy, will the Starbuy make movie? He up on the program now, he talking about the garbage and garbage. But it's not a part and a parcel of the government. You got to talk to the mayor.
I didn't play, but I did Starbuy. Oh, there's me. Yeah. I am a Starbuy. Yeah, I acted in movies. I own that. But here I tell you, I didn't say that I'm blaming the government for anything with the garbage. I'm saying that I actually said that it's the citizens. I told Mr. Siraja that we need to blame the citizens for that.
Yeah, and the city council, you're correct.
How you speaking on the program, sir? It's like if the government is a fault for every single thing.
No, I didn't say that, sir. Man, look, be honest, man. The man wasn't critical of the government. The man showed the garbage.
My garbage been in front of bar 60 years. So 1 week, 2 weeks is past, it don't empty, and you're paying rates and tax.
Yeah, it's a city council problem.
Exactly. I don't blame the government for that.
But the man didn't blame the government.
We're blaming the government of the city, which is the city council.
And ask them about it.
Yeah.
Well, we can try to get you on the program soon.
Yeah, you gotta get Mr. Mentor and Carly and ask.
Yeah, let him sit down here and let me call in there and deal with
Yeah,
him.
but this thing is not a government thing, this thing is city.
We know, we're very clear on that. It's the city council, and that's why we are being critical of them and the way they operate.
Yeah, watch, I got me job. It's been 2 weeks now.
Mm.
And they're in front of one of the main road in Kitty Bar Street.
Mm.
How you know,
sometimes our vehicles pass down empty.
how you know Akash acted in movies?
I know Akash is a star, but I'm a big man, brother.
Alright, my brother. Well, listen, thanks for the support for the star, but here happen. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying that the citizens of the country had to go and dump that there. Yes, the city
But
council.
he's not blaming anybody. I'm blaming the city council.
Something, Akash.
Yeah, man.
Listen to me one part.
Yeah.
A citizen can, when they've been full, they can't find someone to throw something else.
Oh, so
You understand me?
So if you've been full, you throw it somewhere else.
Let me tell you something, buddy. This council we got in
We got to change the council.
Georgetown, in central Georgetown, it's very bad. It's very bad.
They're terrible, man.
Very bad.
Yeah, it's a set of incompetent people running the city.
Let me tell you what. Imagine you got a place like Georgetown, the Georgetown city. There's a city garden city. They used to call it. And if you see what's going on in the city of Georgetown.
Well, we just show some shots of it, and the situation really is deplorable.
Yeah, buddy, and everything they blame the government.
Oh, man, we clearly blame the city council and the management of the city.
All right, sir. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming through.
All right, thanks, Sam. Have a good evening, yeah?
You too, sir.
Good.
Very good, man.
Yeah. the man. I got to give the man out
Our lines are open. We have more videos to show you, but that's next week. Our lines are open. There are 2 WhatsApp number there and the landline.
Yeah, you can
call and speak to the ambassador designate to India. As you know, that's
Caller, good evening. You're on the air.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie. Good evening, Akash.
Good evening.
Good evening. I got to start address as Sirajji because he headed into India. No, I just want to, if Akash can put back the clip, I'll just give a little.
Oh, it's Harbhajan.
Yeah, it's Harbhajan, yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at this clip with the cow calf, the black one been there approximately 3 months. Black one,
3 months?
3 months, yeah. And the mosquito would have his good time eating that calf out during this mosquito season. The other 2 calf came in, I should say, less than a week. Could have been.
I'll pray to put up the video. But we decide.
I did get on to Siraj, the Attorney General, Home Affairs Minister. I forwarded, but Siraj responded promptly with the Home Affairs, with the Attorney General. And he sent me a screenshot with the top cap, told him they will, act. But this is the cycle process going on, and there is no solution in sight to fix the problem. Because simple matter like a dispute matter with animal, the owner go home and sleep in the bed, whilst the animal tied, the court matter take long. DPP, the black cow calf is waiting in the file for DPP. That's what I was told Sunday.
Okay.
But Siraj, one of the things is that this is a decade-old problem, and but being an animal lover and being wrong, it's only coming. It happened mostly in Barbados, but I can only highlight it. But at the end of the day, if police were trained as CID to do investigation and panchai or get cops and faith or station management to talk to the 2 owners, I am volunteering as a Justice of the Peace Commissioner out from Mahika to Crabble Creek to go and help solve this problem because the legal system is too long drawn out. Because
we got to fix the legal system, brother.
Don't we have a mediation law in this country that something goes? Is it not legal for the magistrate to order mediation?
Yes. The former magistrate.
Well, of course, that depends on the competence.
Well, the case got to come up. Somebody got to bring the case up.
Yeah.
So if the case doesn't come up, a decision will not be made. And in the meantime, these poor animals are suffering there.
Yes.
So there clearly needs to be something done.
So
and
we thought when we showed that thing a year ago, we thought, what is wrong with Guyana?
Siraj is right, or Freddie Kissoon, that the former magistrate, Freddie Kissoon, used to engage mediate groups different cases, and I think we should go back that way. Alex Moore was one of them when I was trying to save some animals.
Correct, and Gobin Arbajan, you've offered your services, and I think that should be looked at. But definitely the system is broken, and the system needs to be fixed. We cannot get a mediator if the case, the case doesn't come up to the magistrate, or the magistrate does not fix it on his or her schedule.
The magistrate should be taking some responsibility here.
You still got the lady there we need to sing?
No, this is the next one now. But if the case called the first instance, or any magistrate, they know this is animals tied up.
Who's the magistrate there now?
I don't know. They have a next one, but across the board, the different station got different magistrates.
Right.
Once they see animal case, act on it, because you can lodge a parts or a stolen article as evidence. You can keep that. But
correct.
When you say a living something to offense, and then people, they can't go if they got feed or not. But one of the worst things to wait to die is that watch food is the other side of the fence over the road, and you die and you can't get it.
It's extreme cruelty, man. Somebody should face some kind of charges for that.
And I really see, Raj, if you can, I know the Attorney General never let me down when I call him. We talk through the telephone, and they text me back to friend, but always anything like this has been started out rather than tend to...
Right. Well, I can assure you, Gobin, that the Attorney General took action, because when I followed it with him, he advised me that he took action similar to the action that I took, and I hope that by now that situation would have been greatly improved.
You also helped people in the past, so we have to collect.
Correct. All hands on deck.
All right, Gobin, let's take this other call now.
Thank you, Gobin. Caller, good evening, you're on the air.
Hello. I appreciate your show very well. I remember when I used to live in Guyana, there used to be a lady used to cut grass and feed the cows in the station where the cows are impounded. Why isn't that still being carried out?
Well, the previous caller used to help out also too, but he does that voluntarily. So if we have paid people, then the situation would have been greatly improved.
But these things, the man had but Saul, these things are not rocket science. Once you have the cows and the animals in the station yard, they could arrange for somebody to come and feed.
I think we lost that caller.
Oh, let me know, Wilfred. Good evening, caller. You're live on air. Can you turn on your volume? Please turn the volume in the background. Go ahead now.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
Yes, good night, Akash. Good night, Mr. Freddie.
Good evening.
Good night,
Mr. Siraj here.
Yes, you see this situation with the animal where they got informed, this has been going on for a very, very long time, all over the country. That they should have
the problem is that the people who are supposed to be there, they don't feel it because they don't live it. And we need to show them to these things more and more often, so that they get an appreciation of what is the suffering of these animals.
Yeah.
You're breaking up, Saul.
I'm losing you, man. The internet will bad tonight.
Go
ahead, though. Go ahead.
No.
Look, we're gonna have to take. We're not getting through with the call. Please, thank you for coming through. All right.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Okay, so I've been paying attention to the program, and to recap, just before Mr. Habajan would have called, there were a few topics, especially with the garbage. Okay, and there was one caller there before stating that, you guys were trying to blame government, which is not true. We understand that, and that's clear across the board. But if I am erring in any way in saying this, please, you could cut me off at any point in time, and it's okay. But I'm 35 years of age, and from a teenage life of maybe 15, 16, I started giving my ears to politics and to see what is happening, etc. And the thing is that the city council, yes, is to be blamed. Citizen, yes, is to be blamed. They both share an equal part. But I have something that I really want to ask from my heart, and this is the fact that I think there's a lot of political aspect when it comes to city council. A lot.
Obvious,
that
yes.
I don't need to think how to estrange into that topic. You understand? But I don't who are in that direction of where I stand will understand where I am. And I'm not bringing any bad faith to anyone by saying this, or I'm not taking side, but I'm going to use this as a topic. The last time that the AFNU AFC was in power and is favored by an City Council, there was no tremendous change. The PPP came back in and has done a tremendous job into enhancing so much in the aspect of life, and I understand that, but I'm not taking sides. But if the AFNU AFC, which the City Council is supposed to be 100% favor towards, because if they are always a gunshot towards the PPP, I would like to understand when will City Council ever step up, because being AFNU AFC or which party you ever choose, and you own a property, we pay our rates and tax. So I'm kind of lost in which direction will that nonsense ever come to an end, and we will actually attain what our rates and tax go towards. Or as citizens here, as we say, we have a part to play, and yes, we do. At least we need to keep our protocol in place and know how to dispose of our garbage properly and securely at the same time, and not to create a havoc on the road. But at the same end, when would that whole years and years and decades that has been spiraling out and out of control will ever come to an end, or will be any future where we have a proper system? Even to the fact of when they say, you know what, why can 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. garbage cannot be picked up? You know, or, you know, in every day, when they actually finish the political issues, we can come to a systematic of where things can happen. So, you know, these are things that I understand you guys are bringing to us as the listeners who pay attention to your program to hear and to understand. And we're very grateful, because these are topics we do not touch. And these are topics that are basically affecting us on a day-to-day basis. So this is just my little bit of input. So anyone who wants to call him Bambase and say you guys are taking sides or whatsoever, calling him, no, it's wrong. It's totally wrong. Because you guys are just giving us a fact to hear what is the opinion that is out there of, you know, something that is on a daily basis that everyone in this whole country is being affected of.
Well, thank you for calling this evening, caller. Where are you calling from, by the way?
I'm calling from Kitty.
Oh, Kitty. Okay. You sound like a Kitty man. I don't know.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.
All right. So, we have a...
thank you for calling.
Caller, we lost that call.
Right. So that the previous caller did indeed raise some important points. I mean, there are a lot of politics in the way the city council govern. There are also a lot of inefficiencies.
City council isn't going to clean that,
you know.
Caller, you're live on air again. I know you called back. We didn't get you clearly just now. I hope it's better now.
I'm so sorry. Can you hear me now better?
Yes, clearly we can hear you.
Okay, good. Yes, I was saying that my suggestion to the authorities that if the owners for the animal are not taking care of the animal, and the authorities have to take the animals into custody and pound them, then they should have them there. It should be a procedure where they have them for a short period of time and then turn them over to the abattoir or something and let the money go back to the state. You understand? If the owner comes for the animal, then the owner should pay the consequences, whatever the fine or fees may be, and get back the animal. But there should not be
let me just step in a little bit here. In this case here, it's where a report was made that these animals were stolen. So now you have a dispute situation. So you have to establish ownership before you can ask someone to remove it. So when you pound a person animal, they come and they pay the fee and they take their animals away. But in the case of a dispute, then the matter got to be tried and ownership established legally, and then the animal is taken away. So that's the situation here that we talk about.
There should be some systems in place that the matter should be resolved in a very...
and that's what we're getting at, is that you cannot have animals in those kind of conditions. If you're keeping the animal, at a minimum, they should be comfortable as if they are in their environment that they grew up in, and that is what we're getting at. Okay?
Yes, that's one. Right. My second point tonight is, these houses, small houses that the government is making, right? The government, you got people are going on here. I don't want to call name because this is I don't want to get this program into no problem.
And you don't want to get in problems also.
Yeah.
Right, but there are people going on here, right? Authorities going on here saying that how much of subsidy government has to put in place for poor people to get a house land, right? But I want you guys must come down to Diamond, where they make these houses for the people, the poor people. The turnkey houses they're giving you. It's a small house, about 20 by 20, met with plywood. And they're charging the people $5.3 million for this house. There's not the land included, the land is separate. The house alone is $5.3 million. So come on, now because poor people need a house to live. You're going to do this to poor people. Let them tell me how much the house costs for bill and how much they're going to make, what profit they're going to make. They're not tell people that.
The house can't be built with plywood.
I've seen the low caller. You gotta be fair. The internally you might have plywood ceiling and all of that. Right. I'm not doubting that. But I've seen those low income homes and the exterior walls are all hollow concrete blocks. If they have plywood, they have plywood internally, probably in the ceiling or the walls and that sort of thing. But
I will tell you, come down, pay a visit. Come down. When you come down the Heroes Highway, just before you reach where the ancestor roundabout, the last roundabout, by Diamond there, there's a corner upon your left hand. Turning the corner, coming there, there's a housing scheme in there now. Where they're building some plastic houses and so on, also they're building plywood houses. You have to come in and visit them and see them.
We'll
come to see these plastic houses.
Saturday. Let's get that direction again. Give us that direction.
Yeah,
you make a left by the
highway.
You make a left by the Antietam roundabout.
Not there by the Antietam, just before the Antietam roundabout, you got the corner but going there a left. You're making a left turn. There's a bridge there, you're going there. And then turn back left, you come into the house. You can see the plywood house.
What's the name of the housing scheme?
You live around there?
I live in Grove on the East Bank, but I go in the area and check out the houses at them because I'm being promised to get one of those houses. And when I went to check out the house, the houses are made with plywood outside in the exterior.
All right, here's what I'm going to keep your number. I'm going to make contact with you tomorrow.
We're going to look at that.
And we're going to look at it. All right. Thanks
for coming with a plywood house. You go and build your own house.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Good. I don't see any government going and build plywood houses. We have to go and see.
Good evening, call you live on here.
When you told me that,
good evening, guys. I would like to respond to the callers who would have spoken about the garbage in the Garden City, and it should have been the Garden City and not the Garbage City.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
The people of Georgetown should be blamed and nothing else because they keep voting in the wrong people. The city of Georgetown has always been controlled by the people who does not manage anything well. And they have been voted in by the people of Georgetown. So do not cry foul. You have been voting them in, so take the shit that is being put into your face. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Well, thank you very much. Caller, good evening. You're on here.
Good evening. Call you live on here. Hello?
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, are you hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you clearly. You're live on here.
All right. I'm listening to the program. I think one of the problems in terms of the compounding cattle that resolve is that one, you all need to change the laws concerning compound cattle, whereby they could come up with a proper logistic approach where all the cattle ranchers, you have a farmland where they normally graze the animal. So in the islands and the developed country, this is how it works. People don't really have the animal in the home next door. You have a big farmland, you do your navigation approach, or you map it out, and all of them. in that farmland.
Let me clear something up with you, caller. This is not a case of animals impounded for wandering or damaging crop. This is a case where these animals were stolen and recovered, and now the law is trying to establish ownership. And until they establish ownership, they don't want to risk giving these animals to the wrong person. So you have the rustler, the cattle rustler, and you have the owner. The law got to determine who's the rustler and who's the owner. Now, impounding of cattle is a different matter. When you impound cattle, sheep, or goat, the owner turns up promptly, they pay for it, and they go on with it.
Good. Well, this is what I'm saying, that if you...
Yeah, go ahead, we're hearing you.
Yeah. To resolve all the system design, where all these cattle are located in that position.
You're breaking up.
Brother, wherever we put the cattle, people won't go and try to rustle them or thief them.
Well, you have to get security in place. Another problem.
You're breaking up,
We're losing you, man.
We're losing you. You're breaking up.
We're not hearing you clear at all. Please call back.
Call back and let's see if we get better reception. Good evening.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Siraj.
Good evening, sir.
I want to bring you up to date. I wonder if the party work and the public service work all come together or something like that. Because they put in some people in place working with the government, and they're overriding their privilege. And I don't feel that the party people should got no say in. You understand me? The party who doing the party work in the party office have no say with the public servants.
Well, I agree with you. There are two distinct things. There is the public service and there are political parties. But you can be a member of the public service and belong to a political party, just like you can belong to a religious community or a sports club or something like that. But you cannot take your politics into the public service.
But what I'm saying, you can't take your politics into the public service.
Correct. You're correct there.
That's why I was calling you the other day to tell you about that. Name the people who doing the stupidness.
Okay.
You understand me? But you tell me you're busy.
Yeah. No, you can't have that. The public service is to serve like the public, the citizenry.
That's right.
The residents.
Yeah, but
and without fear or favor or ill will.
Yeah, but
no discrimination, no victimization. When you go out on your political platform, well, then you can behave as a politician.
Well, you see, that's why I don't want to go on the I don't want to go on the media and talk these things. I want to talk it with you.
No, well, when things go wrong, it's best that we bring them to the attention of everyone.
That's why I was calling you. I try to call you all the time.
Right, but these are things that can be discussed also in the public. If somebody is doing something wrong, then we all need to know about it.
I don't want to call no name.
All right,
call no name.
Okay, well, you have my number. You can hit me up or send me a message, and then I can return your call. Okay? All right, thank you very much. Caller, good evening. Like we missed the call.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Hi, good evening. So I'm calling concerning the police outpost at Fort Wellington. Now, I have a nephew who got into a little family dispute with his aunt like 3 weeks now, and he was locked up at the Fort Wellington police station. And he was in a little alcohol. He had a little drink, right? Mm-hmm. So he was talking up or whatever. So the police stripped. He's 32 years old, and the police stripped him naked as he was born. Strip him in a cell naked as he was born. Now tell me, what is that is going on in Guyana? That is human dignity. They strip a big adult that age. These things make people commit suicide and do all types of things when it play on their nerves.
When this happened? When this happened?
Well, he was living in his grandmother's house.
When did this happen?
My nephew had a little problem with his aunt.
When did this happen?
This is last year, last month, this month?
No, I'm telling you. Oh, sorry, I'm hardly hearing you.
Okay.
That happened like 2 or 3 weeks now.
Okay.
2 or 3 weeks. Right? And they strip him naked. His girlfriend went there and they give him all the clothes, right? Strip him. That is terrible when you hear something like that. And then I was made...
Wait a minute. I want to get into an angle here. They give the girlfriend the clothes?
Well, he's living home with a girl, and the girl went to the station with him.
Madam, I asked you to give the girlfriend the clothes. You just said that. Did they give
Yes. Well, I'm explaining to you what happened. So she went down with him to the station. And when he was behaving bad, they put him in the lockup. When they went at the back when he was behaving because he had some liquor, and they stripped him and gave the clothes to the girlfriend.
Okay, stop there.
In his hands there.
Stop there. I don't know if Siraj or Akash want to get into it. Could this be a case of preventative suicide? That they make sure there was no clothes or anything? Because she said they give the clothes to the girlfriend. If he was misbehaving and he's drunk, maybe they didn't want him to have any clothes on, so that
they can't strip start naked.
No, they could have left him in his underwear. They could have left him in his underwear, but I just want to get.
You're correct. They cannot strip. They ought not to. The police ought not to strip any prisoner completely. They might take away your belt or so on because of belt.
I thought the short that he could tie around his neck, but they couldn't strip him. Was he stripped naked?
I asked the girlfriend, and she said she was standing right there, and they took off all his clothes down to the brief. I'm like, okay, if he was say they scared he would attempt suicide, then why you didn't leave his brief on? Human dignity.
You're correct. And I would advise that the relatives or persons who are aware of this problem
go to the police
all effort to go to and see the commissioner, or there is an office of professional responsibility there at the police headquarters at Ivlery, or make an attempt to go see the Minister of Home Affairs. He has an open door policy, and I'm certain he will take action in this regard.
I want to tell you one last thing, right? I understand he is not the only person that these people have been doing that to. The police at the Fort Wellington police station have been doing that too. They are doing it to other persons that they put in the lockup for petty stuff. This is uncalled for what these people are doing. I'm not saying that you break the law, that's why you're there. But petty stuff. They don't find the people who are selling the drugs. They don't find the people who are on the street robbing and killing. But they are terrorizing people with petty domestic problems, right? This is a domestic problem case where my nephew had a little exchange of words with the aunt. But what I'm saying, I'm calling because I doubt whether, let me tell you guys the truth, my nephew would go that far because he doesn't like police problem, right? But why I'm saying this openly today, I hope some minister, somebody would be looking into this, what is going on at the Fort Wellington police station. If they could treat a human being like that, when you just show what they did to that poor animal, I don't know what we have as police.
Well, madam, this same number you call, if you send us the specifics by way of a message, we can endeavor to launch an investigation into the matter. We don't want to take the information
I will
on
have
air.
to talk to my nephew.
Right. So talk to them, and we are willing to take the matter up once we're in possession of the specifics. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
But it's definitely wrong, and we thank you for coming through and highlighting it.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Bye. Caller, good evening. You're on air.
Good evening, Mr. Siraj.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Akash.
Yes, good evening.
First of all, I want to thank you for your visit in the Guyanese.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, thank you very much.
And all the best in future for the job that you're going to do. I know you'll do a wonderful job, and we'll miss you.
I'll try my best. I never did less than my best.
Do you? No, I know you'll do your best. I know you. I had a little with you, and you did okay. Do you have a follow-up on what's going on this, right?
Oh, in terms of the blocking there, I've elevated the matter, especially after the behavior of the person concerned. So the persons in high authority in the government, higher than me, they have been briefed. And I know for sure that a part of this issue is engaging the attention of the court, but there are also other action that was supposed to have been taken via the Ministry of Public Works. Can you say from your end if anything was done?
I spoke to the Attorney General a few days ago.
Right.
It was the same thing that I've got for the past
3 years.
2 years.
Oh, yeah. Good.
They're taking a lawyer, is going to court, he has to talk to the local authority. That's what I'm getting. That's why I call you.
Right. Well, I have elevated beyond that. So there are other persons engaged and involved. I know the Attorney General also promised to be there for the next statutory meeting. But this, I view firsthand the behavior of the person who these complaints are levied against. And I can attest to the fact that there are a high level of arrogance there and disregard for law and order. And that's the way I presented the report.
Thank you very much, sir. You can imagine what happened to a private citizen there.
I know.
Okay, brother, you take care.
I will be following up on the matter.
Okay, buddy, you take care.
All right, thank you very much for coming.
Have a wonderful evening.
Good, bye-bye.
And thank you very much for responding to my call.
Okay, yeah, we have a number of calls coming in, so we encourage people to try. Okay. If they don't get through the first attempt, let them try again. Thank you very much.
Okay, you take.
Hello?
Hello, good night.
Yeah, good evening. You're live on air.
I got a problem. The same problem I called about last week. About the rubbish. The garbage.
Yeah. Where are you calling from?
North Street South, East Coast, Zamorano.
Where?
North Street South, East Coast, Zamorano.
Fowls.
It's 7 weeks now, 8 weeks now. No garbage has moved from North Street the last half. I have the garbage in my yard right now.
Fowls is near and more there?
Yeah, very next and more.
Yes, next and more, yeah, Fowls. I don't know what to do with the garbage.
And the NDC normally picks up this garbage or a garbage service provider?
No, the government is picked up. And they have a truck to come and collect them for paying too. But I'm a pensioner, brother.
How long this garbage not pick up now?
Me, I think about 8 weeks.
Oh my God.
I called last week and told them. I called Box and said they send a truck on the thing.
Would you mind giving me your name and number on the air, or you want us to take your?
I can give my name. My name is Ronald Jaikaran.
Ronald?
Yeah, R-O-N-L-D.
Ronald Jaikaran?
Yes, thanks.
And your number?
256-3827.
256.
3827.
3827.
All right, 3827. All right, I'll try to see what I can do with this garbage situation for you.
People in this area who is in the authority. But those not when I went to the meeting, me and another man went to the meeting. And they didn't give us a hearing.
Who conduct this meeting?
The girl at Benito.
Okay, that's from the NDC.
Yes.
All right, so Ronald, so what I'll try to do, I'll try to find out from these persons what is going on there and get somebody from the NDC to call you on your number probably Monday.
Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you very much for coming through.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Caller, good evening. You're on the air.
Hi, guys. Good night. Siraj, it's nice to see you so frequent on the show.
Well, not as frequent as I would like. I wasn't here last Friday, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know. But it would be nice if some ministers can be on the show too, right? You know, especially the Public Works Minister, right? Okay, so let me make two quick points. And I'm not attacking the government because, let me clear this up. I'm a member of the People Progressive Party. I'm a card-bearing member.
Right.
Of this party. When something is going on, you'll have to talk about it.
Well, definitely. If
Of course. If you don't talk about it, they would know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Typical example. I'm calling from Region 6. There's in Irish. They did a bypass with some main, their water pipe. Right? You know, they're about to start the 4-lane in Borbies here.
Right.
So they're probably doing the pipe works or whatever the case may be. That's good. That's development. That's very nice. But where they cut the road to put down the pipe, they put back some asphalt onto it. And it becomes, after 2 weeks, it becomes like a drain, a big drain.
Right.
That was like about 6 to 7 months ago. We have the ministers, all the ministers been visiting Borbies very frequently. The president, they have to travel right here.
Dr. Ashley Singh has been going there frequently.
Perfectly, and you have the agriculture ministers living in, not living, he is from Region 6, he visits frequently his home. Anyhow, for 6 months it was like that. 2 weeks ago, they sent a contractor to patch it up. So I did some research and I found out it was the same set of people who cut the road to put the pipe. If they did the patching, but it was not them. They hired another contractor to do the filling up. And there is still a drop. It's not deep as it was, but there is still a drop. So my point is they will have to get another contractor.
So the work was not done properly.
Correctly. And that's taxpayers' money going down there. Because every time you hire a contractor, I'm a small contractor with this government. Every time you hire a contractor, you have to pay a mobilization fee. And you'll be familiar with that, Siraj.
Yeah. So and that's why I spoke earlier about project management and project execution and so on in view of what's happening at Cemetery Road here. But you should I mean, if the officials are coming there, I'll try to talk to Minister.
Siraj, you have the vice chairman, the chairman, and the REO visit the quarantine very frequently. They keep meeting.
Right.
The REO Navindra, you have the vice chairman Zamal and the chair Armagan. They pass everyone Facebook every day. You on Zamal page, you see he's posting up pictures of all the meetings he did in the quarantine here. So he passed every God day. Anyhow, that's one of my points.
Well, you got to comment on the posting too. Please visit Firish and see what's happening here.
Oh my God. Anyhow, that's one point. Another thing what I observed with this guy in the police force, when there's a matter going on, how long somebody doesn't come out and speak about the injustice, they're not doing anything. And let me give you an example here. There was a shooting in Georgetown 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. There's an investigation going on where they have full evidence that the police released. It's public knowledge, right? But they hadn't issued a wanted bulletin until the mother of the child spoke out 2 days ago, right? That they have the evidence, they know the person, they have mentioned the name, it's public knowledge, but they had not issued a wanted bulletin. And however, today, when I came from work, when I run Facebook, I saw they issue a wanted bulletin. My point is, this guy in the police force, how long somebody do not speak out, they do not take steps to get matters solved. And these are people who lost their loved ones.
Right. They need to be more professional. You can't wait until a matter goes public before you take the requisite action.
And there's many more cases like this. How long people does not come out and speak, they would not issue whatever they have to do.
And I think that is why shows like these are important, so that the ordinary persons can have an avenue to express their concerns and hear their
not
views.
everybody knows somebody to go to them or to call somebody.
And that
or whatever.
ought not to be. You don't have to know somebody to get justice. The systems ought to be up and running and working properly.
The system, the police force needs to fix their system. They need to do more to gain the public trust. Let me tell you something, Siraj. This public does not have confidence in this police force, and I can tell you.
Yeah, I agree with you to an extent. And Minister Ben, only a few days ago, Minister Ben had reason only a few days ago to come down hard on members of the police force.
Wonder when he said that. Whatever he said to the police, the award wasn't an award, was the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think it was a promotional activity or something like that.
When he comes out of that forum, does he stand for the word that he said there? That's another thing. Because on many occasions you would have people saying, officials saying, come on national television, on Facebook, saying things and you're not getting the things that they're saying. Right? We have a commissioner of police. 1 week before the deputy commissioner of police who requested leave, said that this particular person is not under investigation, and then 1 week after everything comes out, and he requested leave. Anyway, I'm not going to lament too much on that because it's an ongoing investigation. It's nice to see you here again, and you need some ministers to be on this show to answer people's questions and to listen to people's plight. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. And we'll have to ask Freddie and Akash to make up for it.
No. For those of you who are looking, there comes a point where you can't do anything anymore. There's so many of them that we have called. And even today, you keep calling them and they just don't want to come. And that's a fact. Some ministers do come and they've been coming often. They are I would say, the ones that show leadership qualities. Some of them just aren't coming. We wish we could get them, but some of them give you a real grand run around. It would be so nice to have them here 3 times a week. If they're listening, take my number 614-5927 and you're on the program next week. Yeah. You're on the program Monday. You're on the program. We will temporarily suspend the call-in to accommodate the ministers of government. Anyway.
Right. We have a call on the line. Caller, good night. You're on the air.
Good night, sir.
Go ahead.
This police thing, when we see people talking about the police, it is the fact. It is the facts about the police. Police can be doing so much around things, sir. So much around things.
Well, you know, they say one bad apple will spoil the whole barrel. They are good police and they are bad police, and the bad police then giving the entire force a bad name.
These people are moving with a lot of wrong things which is wrong to them. And not one police. I'm not blaming the whole force or anything. But these policemen, them, you know, a lot of shit. Garbage. Let me tell you something. I had a friend come from America and I was building his house. And his friend and his wife had a problem, and his wife slapped him. After his wife slapped him, they hold up the bike because I don't know what law they passed, they can hit your wife and that kind of thing. Now, when you read the story, this is the same year. And you know this man.
No, you're not supposed to hit anyone at all.
The man in the country, and the man had to go at the station. You know how much money the man had to pay? $200,000 to police. And she slapped the man first, and the man slapped her back.
Well,
bribery. But I think this police force right now, let me tell you something. Everybody might say public, think no one ever trusts the police. Police is so corrupt all over this whole country, believe me. I'm not saying all the police, but what I'm saying is 80%. These people need drugs, them people are doing a lot. Look, the other day, see how much drugs they get with policemen and soldiers, I think. These people, them.
Well, it was a case where the police caught 2 army persons with
They are there to make money. They are there to make money. That's my feeling. And you know, there's a name. It's something I don't want to say bad about them, but I don't feel this government is going to get a fair deal with this police. This police don't need to help this government and do the right thing for the people, the citizens in this country. And if you do check, most of the people are feeling the pressure It's the people who can take advantage of. You see, I don't want to say anything bad about
well, we definitely need a more professional Guyana police.
But you know what they do? And you know what they're doing? I called Akash twice. I stopped and I looked at this thing. When the traffic is stopping people, they never stop those expensive vehicles. Somehow they feel they will get into trouble by asking those people for money. Those people may be well placed. They may be able to make a phone call. And twice I saw them and I said, let me call Akash, bring down the cameras, and you'll see what they're stopping. They're stopping those cheap cars because they know it's either some teacher or soldier or clerk. They never stop those big SUVs.
I want to make something clear. You hearing me?
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah, please,
With my advice.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
My advice. If you want to ease this kind of situation, let the citizen of this country, because if a man got to pay 7.5 for a charge, let the citizen of this country, let the government give them a deal. Every policeman that you catch corrupt, so as to get it live on ear or speaker, and you get them, give the person $50,000 and see what happens to this person.
Anyway,
return back the favor to the people. Then give them money.
Well, it's a good suggestion. I'll try to pass it onwards. Thank you very much for coming through.
Yeah, thank you.
Caller, good night. Sorry to keep you waiting, but go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. I know you've been calling for quite a while. Thank you for your patience, but go ahead.
I would like to make an inquiry. Someone who has been charged for causing death by dangerous driving and is put on bail, shouldn't that person's driver's license be suspended? I'm speaking specifically in relation to the person who killed the police constable while on duty in front of the BV police station. That person was put on bail and is now on the road.
Oh, and driving?
Yes.
Wow. So I would assume that if you're charged for causing death by dangerous driving, and the charge is pending, that at a minimum, you should be suspended from driving. I'm assuming that. I'm not clear as to what the law is saying, but I will endeavor to enlighten myself so that we can be in a position to pronounce on it. But
speaking specifically about the incident where the police woman died in front of the BV police station, and also I've been seeing that there is some new legislation where persons who kill people on the road can be charged with vehicular manslaughter.
Or vehicular homicide.
Yeah, the law has been changed to allow for that,
Yeah. So I'm just wondering
the police rank who died at BV, that's a female rank, right?
That's correct. That is the incident I'm speaking about.
She was conducting traffic and somebody ran into her.
That's correct.
Jeez.
Right, and the person you said is on the road driving?
That's correct.
I will try to find out about this matter.
Okay, thank you and good evening.
Thank you very much for coming through.
So I see Freddie, the West Indies made 350 something runs to the.
Yeah, I know.
They're doing well, man.
You got a call here?
Yeah, I have a call here. Good evening, caller. You're live on air.
Turn down your volume, please. Turn down the volume.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Hey, good evening, guys. Good evening, Freddie. Good evening, Dharam, Kumar G, and Akash.
Good evening, Ambassador, you mean?
Our ambassador, hopefully, I'm expecting a lot of good things from you. You're a good representative of the country.
It's better
I just want to make a few. I just want to make a few comments on the clips that you guys showed earlier.
Great.
The first one with the Cemetery Road. I visited Guyana 2 years ago for the CPL, and that road was being built. I'm coming back this year, and I was expecting that road would be completed. My question...
We got a young boy with a wheelbarrow fixing it.
Yeah. You can do it.
I see that. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to that young kid.
Yes.
That is very enlightening. It is very impressive. And I think, that gives a lot of hope in the future.
Please give him something please give him something when you come next month.
Oh, yeah. When you guys find out his...
Yeah.
If the viewers are watching, please make contact with me. Let me know who he is.
I'll probably give him an auto wheelbarrow or something that rides by itself. Battery
Either by giving him a truck. We need to give you a truck.
Yeah, starting out on the construction business.
Give you a truck and a
canter.
Yeah, or an excavator. Let him start doing the work. He got done.
All right, guys. Listen, on a more serious note.
Yes.
My question is with that cemetery road. A few days ago, I saw Minister Edgehill going up to Region 2 or Region 3.
Region 3.
Region 3.
Yeah, he dismissed some contractors who were, not meeting their obligations and everything. He kind of ended the contract on the spot. My question is, why is this contractor being tolerated to this extent and nothing is being done about it? We've been hearing this thing for a number of months, years, going on, for an extended period of time. What is so special about this particular contractor that nothing is being taken? This is a question that keeps bothering people, and it's something to be very concerning of. Why do we allow something like this? Quit the contract and tender it again and get somebody to do this thing and get it done. It's a very extremely main thoroughfare if you have to go behind, to get to the main roads. This thing should be a priority instead of fighting over a little back dam road, which is important, but come on, man. The amount of people that this thing impacts is tremendous. So that's the first point. The other point I'm talking about is the garbage in front of Haxalal.
Yeah.
Rightly so, citizens, they need to pick up their game. Guyanese particularly. And, I saw a clip, a guy visiting from New York, he went to Guyana. He opened a candy, he threw the paper on the floor, put a gum in his mouth coming back to New York, but he searched for a garbage can and threw that paper in it. This is the kind of culture that we need to change. Yeah, it's amazing. But the thing is, beside that, the city council is doing a terrible job. But the other thing is, I want to believe, this is my personal opinion, it's a deliberate effort because we have a lot of investors coming into the country. It's a deliberate effort to make the city looks like a crap, to turn people off that you're coming to the capital of Georgetown, an oil-producing country, and this is what we're seeing. So these are deliberate. I remember when President Ali, they went out to clean the roads at one point in time. It was spotless. The next morning by this seawall, there was tremendous amount of garbage dumped there. So there are many deliberate efforts to undermine the efforts of what Guyana looks like. And the third point I wanted to make, today I was extremely proud of the meeting with Dr. Ali, President Ali, and Elon Musk.
Yes.
It is extremely, that's very
huge. That's huge.
That is huge. To have a conversation with Elon Musk, probably the richest man or the second richest man in this world, to have a conversation with him and to get his attention to Guyana, this is big. I made a comment today. I can see things happening. Elon Musk is big into this electric cars, the Teslas.
Yeah.
Big battery producer. Guyana has a lot of silica on the highways and everything. Don't expect that I expect that they're gonna come in there to prospect, set up, and this thing is gonna morph big. And I thank President Ali for his vision for this. This is the way to go. Don't think small things are very important, but we have to think big of this new generation where we're going. Don't be surprised we have a Tesla factory opening in Guyana before 2030. So that's my contribution, guy. Thank you so much, and this is a very important, listening to the voice of the people. Thanks.
Thank you so very much for coming, Truman.
Caller, good night. You're on the air.
So good on the West Indies. I see you guys are doing well.
You want to call this
caller? Good night. You're on the air.
Hi guys. Good night again. Yes. I want to bring something to you guys' attention. We have election in the year, right? So we have a case in the court, which in the election fraud or whoever was being charged. We're in 4 years going away. There's nothing has been done to give the people, the voters specifically, a justice. I spoke to AG approximately 6 or 7 months ago pertaining to this, and he was telling me that the law has to take its course. I understand that, but we are the government. If something is going wrong, is taking long, then we'll have to put things in place to speed it up. We're heading back to another election. There's nothing being done about these people who try to fraud the election.
Well, that's not exactly true, you know. I understand your frustration. We would like to see the legal process speed up, but things have been done. I mean, they're off the job currently. They have been charged, they're placed before the court. They will not be playing any part of the management of the elections coming up. Rest assured of that. The only part they will play, they will turn up to cast their votes. That's their constitutional right. But they will not be playing any role in the management of the elections. And look, we show a clip earlier. The number 51 police station had 3 cabs there. One of them died waiting for the case to be tried. Right?
I know.
So, I don't know if Mingo or the other one, them what fate might befall them before this thing comes to trial. But definitely there's a lot of delay in the judicial system.
Yes.
We have, but you know, the executive, you have 3 branches of government. You have the executive, you have the judiciary, and you have the legislative. So you make the laws, but the executive got to implement the laws, and the judiciary have oversight. So the executive might express through the Attorney General a particular desire, but then the judiciary will have to look at that and try to up their game, and that is why they're appointing more magistrates and judges and all of that. So hopefully this case can be called up Monday morning or Tuesday morning.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Siraj?
Caller, good night, you're on air.
Good night.
Go ahead, please.
To deal with the garbage situation, I think the introductions of incinerators will help tremendously.
No, that was, they agreed, there's agreement in Guyana that is a health hazard. So you wouldn't have incinerators anymore.
There's a new
I think that's an environmental hazard. That's why they condemned it in Princess Street. They wouldn't have incinerators anymore.
Right. So we're moving towards that. We're moving to land reclaim site and all of that. So we got to do things scientifically and up the game.
Well, the biohazard of it, where households are trained to separate, garbage.
Correct. We have to go there also. Color code garbage cans for organic, non-organic, recycle, and hazardous, and all of that.
And then you have the human factor. Chinese has a tendency to do the right thing as soon as that plane touches down on the next part of the plane.
Right.
And to do the right thing here, as soon as they come back on that plane,
they're going back to the same hole.
I've witnessed that.
Yeah, I've witnessed that also. I can bear testimony to that. Well, we hope that, the next generation can prove us wrong and they'll do better. And we have to strive for betterment every day, and it's a struggle.
We are actually overdue.
Yeah, correct. I couldn't agree with you more.
The second point is that in terms of sport, cricket, swimming, athletics, all these major sports has major facilities to accommodate them.
Right.
There is a sport that I've been involved in since as a kid, and it's cycling. And I don't know if Hassan Mohammed is still alive, national coach, but there was a talk about, I can remember, about 20 plus years now, that so much time attempts were made to build a stadium for cycling, indoor track or outdoor.
Velodrome, you call it, right?
A velodrome, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
Akash is a big cyclist,
No, I know, I worked a lot with Mr. Hassan Mohammed in early 2000.
I used to see him 2 years ago in the park. I don't see him anymore.
Between 2000 and 2003, when I was the manager for the Everest Career Club, Mr. Hassan was club captain.
I don't know if you guys know the history of cycling in Guyana. Yeah. We have produced some extremely, fantastic
good cyclists.
Yeah. I lived away myself. I raced away. And it's something that gave me recognition. And, the sad thing about it is Hassan Mohammed has given his whole life to that sport.
He had trained guys and sent them to Venezuela to...
Yeah. That he's a sports icon. There's no question about it.
Yeah, I know former GCOM chairman Steve Surajbali, his son used to be a big cyclist around too, Roger Surajbali.
I'm going to be an opportunist tonight.
Yes.
Whoever wants to win the next election and they want a trump card, build a cycling velodrome.
All right.
All the sports, all the major sports in Guyana.
Well, I definitely want to win the election, so I got to build this thing.
I think...
Oh, you're going to build the thing when you're in India.
I'll get the Indians to build it. Hold on. The Indians build the stadium.
Right, so you get the Indians to build
I'll get the Indians to build this cycling circuit.
All right, thanks for coming through, Saul.
No, quickly before I go, right?
Yeah.
The police force is compromised. And I think government should start looking at
Well, government is looking at it. If you listen to what Minister Ben said, that they got to continue to make efforts to professionalize the force and weed out the bad
normal
eggs.
politicians.
Right.
I think there need to be stop talking attitude and getting things done.
Yeah.
When that happened last year,
I put this up on the screen.
Well, thank you very much, caller. Right, for coming through.
Yes.
We just want to put something up on your screen here. A caller's been trying to get through to us to highlight this case, and he couldn't get on the phone, so he WhatsApp us this article here, and he's lamenting the fact that this person died, and he's asking,
no one has been charged.
He's asking Freddie and Akash to highlight it, and up to now the police has not done anything.
Since last year,
right?
A Guyanese migrant who returned from neighboring Venezuela 2 months ago on Sunday was killed by bicycle bandits. He went to buy Chinese food for his family.
Right, that region.
That guy was a tailor in Venezuela, wasn't he? Wasn't he a tailor in Venezuela?
Yeah, he was a tailor by that's right.
Yeah,
Man was a tailor by profession. You know the story well, Freddie.
You know they turned back and stabbed the guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
You turned back and stabbed the guy. And the thing about it, that area, Wellington and Rob Street, King and Rob Street, they're very dark and there's no police patrol there.
Right. So the caller asked us to highlight this thing, and he said now you have 3 fatherless children and the mother is now suffering. So
the mom was a tailor. They just maliciously turned back. They robbed him and maliciously turned back and stabbed him. Somebody called me and I want to know if I had promised them to this.
Okay,
could you call this number?
Give me the number, Freddie.
679
679, yes.
6558.
6558.
I wonder what that person wants. Because sometimes I tell people to call me and we highlight their problem. No,
when it's coming on. Thanks, operator.
Thank you very much, operator, for assisting with this person who was unable to get through to us.
No, the person is not answering, so.
All right. All right, we'll try to take, operator, how much more we have there? How many minutes more we have? 2 minutes? 2 minutes, all right. So we can take at least 2 more calls. Come through and be brief, please. We just want you to know that we really appreciate your interaction tonight. We really appreciate your calls. And it is programs like this that we have you coming through that makes the Freddie Kissoon show what it is. And we really, really appreciate your viewership and your interaction. And Friday nights is your night. So any more calls there, guys?
I'm calling this person who called me to see if they
will answer.
Oh, we have a call here.
Coming through.
Yeah.
This might be our last call for tonight. Good evening, caller. You're our last caller for tonight.
Hello. Good night.
Good night.
Hello, man. How are you doing?
We're doing great. You're our last caller. We have 1 minute to go.
Yes. I was looking at the County station. Now we got 40,000 workers all over the country. Plenty of them. Doing nothing. So walking at the station. Why you all don't get them to cut the grass to the cow? Or why the police don't get them?
Well, that's a suggestion too, but some system must be put in place to treat animals that you have detained in a humane way. We cannot afford to have animals detained, dying there out of starvation or thirst or under, poor conditions.
Yes, But I know what they ask people could do it. The guy have the 5,000 workers, then they could do it. They get people that they don't have the labor force. The labor force is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Thanks for coming through.
Thank you
so
for
we're
coming
out of
through.
time. The operator said we were out of time. So we want to thank you so much for joining us this evening, Mr. Siraj. You know,
Well, you should come until you're ready to go
yes,
to
exactly.
the
And if where you going,
when
man?
you leave,
The people love you here. Where you going? Where you going, man? The people love you here.
Well, let's say it's work in progress, and so.
but you're gonna try as much as possible until you're ready to leave.
You should be the next minister.
Yeah. I said I'll try to be here every Friday, and if I can't make it, then I try to message.
Right. I know you did message it last time, but you had a funeral, so
So
but
all things being equal, I'll try to be here every Friday
until you land in New Delhi.
Let's see how that goes.
You gotta when we see you back, you might be with the man.
But call us some.
You'll be the real star right from India.
Call us from India, Call us from India.
Definitely.
Call us from India. WhatsApp show. Listen,
send videos.
Listen, send some videos about life in Calcutta never sleeps. Mumbai never
I'll
sleeps.
send some videos how they treat animals over there.
Right. Listen.
For the edification of those police that
send some videos.
All right.
Thanks for being with us. As usual, Siraj Dan Kumar Siraj was our guest host, and he promised he'll be here until he touches down in New Delhi in India to be Guyana's ambassador to India. He promised as much as if nothing intervenes, he will be with us to share the call in. On behalf of Akash Persaud, we will definitely see you on Monday. We will see you on Wednesday. We'll have another call in with Siraj. And when it's cricket, we will still be here. Have a nice weekend. Catch you later.
And drive safe, everybody. Remember, it's you got to be careful on the road. If you be careful, at least you're going to try to save your own life and possibly that of somebody else. Have a good evening, everybody. Have a good evening, everybody.